And so, in ending, what is her legacy, right? So I was always told that Ruth said, every decision you make should impact 6 generations in the future. Imagine that. This is a woman who didn't have formal education, who created this extraordinary line of people, but she was thinking 6 generations in advance. So I am doing this work as a bridge, as a storyteller, as a scholar, as someone who feels deeply and spiritually indebted and connected to Ruth Gourzong. Because I'm number 4 in the generations. My daughter is number 5. So my great grandchild will be number 6. So I know that when Ruth was making her decisions, she was thinking about my grandchild. And so what she wants us to do in our families, we have to be forward thinking. We can't just think about the moment, but we have to, our decisions have to look out into the future to say, how will this impact the legacy of this family name and the opportunities they will get? And for me, that's incredibly profound. This is the ability to say, think about your future and legacy, not just survive, but thrive. Because if you're just thinking about today, you're just surviving. But if you can say, I'm going to make this decision about education or about taking a job choice or making some savings or buying property that can be passed down generations through generations as investments, and also following the story of the family, I think that that is an incredible legacy. And for that, I'm really grateful. And so, not only that mantra about 6 generations in the future, but she had 7 children, she had 15 grandchildren, she had 25 great grandchildren, right? And that's my generation, the great grandchildren. And then my children's generation, and my son starts it. She has 16 great grandchildren, great great grandchildren, and counting, because we have another one that's going to be born soon. And so the numbers keep going. And I am so grateful that our family keeps expanding. And so she leaves behind doctors, lawyers, engineers, professors, physical therapists, designers, photographers, pharmacists, politicians, dentists, entrepreneurs, social workers, Olympic representatives, homeowners, and a deeply moral and faithful Christian family. She highly favored educated people and wanted her family to be very educated, but there was a deep sense of family morality and a deep moral compass that I think is very intentionally passed on from one generation to the next. And so for that, I am grateful. And I'm going to end my slides here.
Thank you so much, Natasha. As a historian, I was there jumping inside my skin, because I mean, you presented us first with the story of this woman, first a woman, second a Black woman, and the fact, and a woman within a context where, especially during that period, they were invisible. And and she made such a wonderful contribution to this society. So thank you so much for sharing her story. You uncover her story for us, and you help us to know her name, which is
That's
very
right.
important. So
Yes, it's incredibly important to call the names of our ancestors. Ruth Gourzong, I would not be here without Ruth Gourzong. I would not have a story in Costa Rica where I could move my family and be part of an entire familial community without Ruth Gourzong and her husband William. But Ruth had a longer legacy after he died, and it's incredibly important to look at what she imparted, not only in our family line, but also her influence in the community.
Thank you so much, Natasha. This was
It's a
wonderful.
pleasure.
And I'm sure people, especially in the Port of Limon, is going to enjoy this. Going
Thank you
to enjoy
so
this.
much for having me today. Thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you. And it's women like those who have us here, continuing their work, their journey. Thank you, Natasha.
Somos voces de la historia, sangre, tinta y papel. Somos voces de la historia, mis ancestros, su saber, mis ancestros, su saber, mis ancestros, su saber. Ao e ao, ao e ao.